In a quiet part of Indiana, hidden behind trees and long stretches of land, stood a large home known as Fox Hollow Farm. To neighbors, it was just another private property. A family lived there. Children played there. Life seemed normal. But beneath the surface, something was deeply wrong. Years later, investigators would arrive, and what they found would turn this peaceful property into one of the most disturbing crime scenes in American history. This is the story of Baumeister and the secrets buried at Fox Hollow Farm. Baumeister was born in 1947. He grew up in Indiana and was described as socially awkward but intelligent. As an adult, he built a life that looked stable. He was married. He had children. He owned a successful thrift store business. To outsiders, he was just another suburban father. But behind that normal life, his behavior raised quiet concerns, strange habits, unusual routines, and a growing distance from reality. By the late 1980s and early 1990s, Baumeister was living a double life. During the day, he ran his business. At night, he visited bars in Indianapolis. He often returned home late, sometimes not at all. Over time, men in the area began disappearing. At first, there was no clear connection, no shared pattern that law enforcement could easily identify. But something was happening, and no one had connected it yet. Baumeister's family began noticing unusual behavior. His wife reportedly discovered strange items. His son once found what he believed were human remains on the property. When questioned, Baumeister dismissed everything. At the time, there wasn't enough evidence to act, but the warning signs were there. In the early 1990s, police began investigating missing persons cases in the area. Patterns started forming. Witnesses described interactions with a man matching Baumeister's description. Detectives attempted to question him, but without solid evidence, progress was slow. Meanwhile, the property remained untouched, and whatever secrets it held stayed hidden. Everything changed when Baumeister's wife allowed investigators to search the property. What they discovered shocked everyone. Scattered remains, hidden across the land, carefully concealed over time. The quiet farm was no longer just a home. It was a crime scene. Investigators began recovering evidence, piece by piece. The scale of the case quickly became clear. As the investigation intensified, Baumeister disappeared. He fled the country. Shortly after, he was found deceased in a remote area. He left behind a note, but the note did not fully explain his actions. There was no complete confession, no detailed account, just silence. Because Baumeister was never brought to trial, many questions remain. How many victims were there? Were all the cases connected? Could he have been stopped earlier? Investigators continued working for years to identify victims and piece together the timeline. But some answers may never be known. Today, Fox Hollow Farm is remembered as one of the most disturbing crime scenes in Indiana history, not because of what was seen immediately, but because of what was hidden for so long. Baumeister lived a life that appeared completely normal, but beneath that normal life was a reality no one could see, and it took time, patience, and investigation to finally uncover the truth.